If you find yourself struggling to be the person you dreamed you'd be, if you find yourself fighting with your demons behind closed doors, if you wish you could turn back the clock to a time when you were simply happier, then welcome. It's a pleasure to meet you. Please, take a seat. You may need to. If you're struggling in your life mentally, in any way, it's not like you get to wake up one day and everything suddenly becomes sunshine, rainbows, unicorns, glitter. It doesn't work that way. This is a podcast designed for those who are willing to search around into their own darkness to find their way out into a better place. This is the light theory. Who you are can only be understood if you take the time to communicate with yourself in an honest and open manner. Are you aware of how you communicate with others? What kinds of situations do you seem to find yourself in? Are you connecting the dots between your experiences and yourself? Acknowledging your flaws in order to discover your strengths? Will you be able to accept your shortcomings? Are you willing to turn back the clock in order to recognize the habits from your past that have led you to your present? My name is Melonie Wright. Sometimes people call me Ms. At 21, I've become a self-declared life enthusiast enraptured with the concept of internal communication. I've studied the societal, the digital, and the technical transference of meaning in mass media and culture, but my true interests have always been in applying these communication concepts to the individual. The most important thing you should know about me is that I don't care about your failures, mistakes, or status. I only care about how you're growing as an individual each day despite those things. And to me, growth can only succeed when communication has been made key. So thank you for tuning in to the first official episode of The Light Theory, where I challenge you to take a step into the darker shadows of your mind to learn how to shine brighter than ever before. I miss the world that I used to live in, where I always had grass-stained knees and sticky Play-Doh hands, where tying my shoes meant bunny ear laces and crisscross applesauce was my favorite way to sit. The place where perfecting the pronunciation of my belched ABCs was by far my biggest concern. That world feels so bright to me now, and at times very, very far away. I care most for the people that remind me of this old bright place, where I'd yet to experience or understand the ugliness of the world that we all live in. Before the mistakes, before the heartbreak, before the missed opportunities, before the guilt, the shame, the weight that would eventually drag me into the darker thoughts born from my lowest moments. I care most for the people who have brought light into my life, however long. The people that make me feel like a child, those who share their light with me so that I wouldn't be afraid or alone in the darkness of my own mind. See, we all carry demons, monsters, under our own individual beds. The beasts that can and will keep us up at night if we give them too much attention. These demons are often born from anger, jealousy, grief, anxiety, eventually mutating into a problematic form of expression when not given the proper attention or care, a neglected emotion of sorts. As children, we didn't start life with our own demons, but as we aged, we did observe them in others. You may have been subjected to the demons of your own parents, siblings, foster family, uncles, neighbors, peers, partners. We learned what demons were because we became fearful of the ones that we saw in others first. It was only then that we developed our variations of these observed traits as we aged, experiencing more, collecting scars, making us feel further away from that sunlit paradise many of us refer to as childhood innocence. When we experience others' negative emotions in whatever form, we unconsciously begin to create our own demons from the pain, confusion, or resentment that comes with unpleasant experiences. This is when you begin to misunderstand the people around you, and in turn, those misunderstood individuals become hurt or frustrated and lash out to you in similar ways. And so begins the toxic cycle that is born from your negative emotions, depression, violence, anger. That cycle is where the darkness thrives, consuming your sense of self and affecting every relationship that you have, both in your personal and professional relationships. Negative emotions are natural, but it's when your negative emotions begin to interrupt your rationality, your ability to communicate with yourself and with others in positive and functional ways. That's when you begin to lose control of your thoughts and wander into the darker, more cynical shadows of your mind. A place where the sun don't shine, and gravity's dead weight will drag you down into a pit of self-loathing. A place that is very easy to enter, but often very difficult to leave. In my own journey out of the darkness of my mind, I've created something I call the light theory. 1. Nobody deserves to be left in the dark. 2. Nobody deserves to get dragged down into the dark. 3. Be willing to share your light with others. 4. Always have enough light for yourself. 5. Find those you can shine brighter with together. 6. You have every right to see just how brightly you can shine. Learning when and how to give my light in ways that don't force me into the darkness has always been challenging, but achievable. I had to come to terms with my shortcomings, my insecurities, by breaking patterns and bad habits to genuinely embrace who I was in order to love and be the best version of myself. I have finally taken control of my life, and I'm the happiest that I have ever been. So if sharing my process helps someone listening to this, even just one person, maybe you, then all of the time that it's taking to make this podcast will be worth it. I'll be breaking down a new topic every other week, letting you into my life journey, exploring communication methods and techniques to show you how you can apply the light theory to brighten up your own life. New episodes are released every other week, so look out for episode 2. What are you practicing? Released May 14th. Want to check out the behind the scenes process or see what I'm up to in the meantime? Follow me on social media on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Ms. Mello, MIZZZMELLO. This episode of The Light Theory featured Ross Bugden, a 19-year-old self-taught composer from Winnipeg, Canada. If you're looking for free top-grade music for all of your media projects, check him out at ROSSBUGDN on YouTube to find high-quality music for all your creative needs. Thank you for tuning into the first ever episode of The Light Theory. Till next time.